Somehow June is already here, which means we've got one more month until the fiery inferno that is July comes to town. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, we're getting you equipped for June with our guide to the month. We'll fill you in on the things you've got to do, where to eat, and which event we've got circled on our calendars. It's Monday, June 1st. I'm Jesse Merrick, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. All right, Rob and Layla, summer is officially here. So with that, we've got to start off with a bang. What are your most unhinged summer tips here in Las Vegas? Because obviously it can get pretty hot and heavy here.
Yeah, it's officially summer right now, and June has a lot to live up to because Layla saw BTS twice in May.
Yeah.
Twice. So June has a hard act to follow, right, Layla?
Yeah, I am looking forward to June. There are some local community events that I went to this month surrounding BTS stuff. So I'm looking forward to finding those local community events this month in June. Local event planners, they really know what Las Vegas locals are looking for and how to plan an event in 100-degree weather. Let's be real.
Yeah, so true. You're going to see all the targeted ads on Instagram and everything too. All the influencers hitting the hot spots around town. This is a fun time in Vegas. Like I said, it's before the real crazy temps really come in. So I love June. Also, I'm a little biased. June is my birthday month. So there's that as well.
Nice.
You know, the big summer controversy right now is all these beach towns have people that are hogging all the land with their shade canopies. And we don't really have that problem in Vegas. It's summer. We just stay inside all the time and enjoy the AC.
Right? Bounce around from one to the other.
On that note of staying inside, Rob, my I don't know if it's unhinged as much as just smart planning, but I get air purifiers running in my house in the summer. I don't know, not to give my AC a break because the AC is definitely still running, but air purifiers help cool down your room. So by, August, September, when the ACs start to break down from running all June and July, air purifiers can help cool down your room a little bit so you can keep your AC at 70 and it's not constantly running.
It's like enlisting some backup.
Yeah, some support. We'll say some support, not some backup, because air purifiers, they're not going to replace your air conditioner, but they will help cool down your room. I place one in my bedroom and leave it running about maybe 3 hours before I'm ready to go to sleep. And the room does actually feel cooler.
This is a good life hack.
If you pair that with a humidifier, you're set.
Humidifier is a game changer.
We need those humidifiers.
Yeah, we recently got one for our room, and I have never slept better in my life on a more consistent basis here in Vegas. No more waking up with the dry mouth, it's so much better. I love it.
I should tell my wife about this because that might help my snoring. Yes, has been a problem.
It might. And I wake up a lot in the summer. It can get really hot, even if your AC is running. You can just feel warmer in your sleep. And so an air purifier and maybe throw a humidifier in there will help cool down your room.
Yeah, no, it makes a big difference, that's for sure. I'm also the big, it's got to be 68 degrees or less in the house for me in order to sleep. Got to make it chilly, that's for sure.
Your AC is definitely breaking down by August.
Yeah. Hey, don't say that. It's fairly new, okay?
I know, I'm sorry, knock on wood.
I can't afford to replace it again. But anyway, guys, let's get this rolling, all right? Let's dive into the guide to the month here. And first, we'll start off with our experiences, okay? What are the couple of things that we should either go, do, or buy this month here in Las Vegas?
You know what I'm really excited about is the brand new Evel Knievel experience, the Evel Knievel Museum, which is opening in the Arts District. So it's kind of nice to see something new come to the Arts District that's not just art, food.
Or drinks, yeah.
Although all that stuff's great too.
They're awesome,
just, one of those things that shows how the Arts District is rounding its identity out right now. And I kind of love this because Vegas is very good at connecting our image to famous people who didn't really spend that much time here.
Yeah, so true.
Like Elvis Presley, synonymous with Vegas. Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack. Those are Vegas icons that never really lived in Vegas and kind of spent limited time here. And I'm like, okay, Evel Knievel, for some reason, is associated with Vegas. He only jumped here once.
Yeah.
And he
capitalizing
crashed.
on the moments, you know?
Yeah, he didn't even finish that. He crashed
true,
at Caesar's Palace right by the fountain, or over the fountain, I should say. He did clear the fountain, but it was the landing. And if you don't stick the landing...
The famous fail, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's not official.
This museum is moved from somewhere, right, Rob?
Topeka, Kansas. So it's kind of one of those things they just kind of, you know, when they pick up an old house and they move it somewhere else?
Yeah.
They used to do that in the old days. Can't do that now. But I think that's sort of what they're doing with the museum. Not the museum itself, but it's going to be in a new space in the arts district. And you're going to have things on display, like those famous jumpsuits, helmets, motorcycles, and even the little airplane mini spaceship thing he designed to clear not the Grand Canyon. Some people think he tried to clear the Grand Canyon. He didn't. This was Snake River Canyon in Idaho, I believe. So you're going to see all this cool stuff. There's kind of like a 4D experience, it looks like, where you can sit behind a motorcycle, and have a screen in front of you and, you know, kind of see what it's like to crash and burn like Evel Knievel himself.
I don't know about that, but it does look cool.
And you know what? And then go a few blocks north towards Fremont Street and have a slice of pie at Evil Pie, which is the Evel Knievel themed pizzeria we have in Vegas. And you'll get a whole new experience. I want to check it out. I believe the opening date is June 27th.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah, that's one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to coming down to the Arts District as well. I think it should be cool. I like the way they're kind of doing it. So I'm excited to check that one out. Layla, what are you doing this month?
So on the same track as staying at home and beating the heat, my next two picks are going to be about going out somewhere, picking something up, and bringing them back home as a little activity for yourself. So I'm going to Herbally Grounded's flagship store on Charleston. There's two locations. I'm talking about the flagship store on Charleston because they have a wall of 300 bulk herbs and spices.
When you say herb, you're not talking about cannabis, right?
Herb, yeah, herbally.
Okay.
So
right.
like lion's mane and rosemary.
Good clarification there, though.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I recently got into loose leaf teas. And getting it out of the tea bag. Tea bags can have microplastics. It's a whole thing. So Herbally Grounded, you can find loose leaf tea. You can find things like lion's mane. And they come in bulk spices. So it ends up being cheaper than buying a box of tea at the grocery store. And so they have 300 bulk herbs that you can pick from. The staff is super helpful if you're trying to target something. And they also actually have classes at their Charleston location. On June 20th, they have a DIY tincture class where you can make your own tinctures. Yeah.
What exactly is a tincture for the uninformed here? Me?
It's like something you drop on your tongue to feel better. Like I'm not a wellness guru.
Again, not cannabis. Because you can't get cannabis in tincture form.
Rob, it's not cannabis. I'm talking about herbs and things that are good for your body. But a tincture can be like hormone balancing, but it's a fun DIY class. That's a great way to meet people in Las Vegas too, going to these classes. That's on June 20th at 1 p.m. at their Charleston location. It's $48. Learn something you can take home and make it at home. Brew some tea at home and relax on your couch with your AC and your air purifier and humidifier running and enjoy indoors.
Yeah, so true. Got to take advantage of the hacks, the indoor hacks with that. So I like that one, Layla. For me, you know, my girlfriend and I have been talking about going and checking out some comedy shows lately, and I actually stumbled upon Don't Tell Comedy, and they're taking over Ferguson.
Ooh, very secretive.
It is, right? Yeah. Which, like they say don't tell, but we're telling everyone that listens here. So
they always kind of do it at Ferguson's, even though it's like a surprise location.
Yeah, when it looks really cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Still on their website, they're saying surprise location, but Ferguson's announced that it's there. So
yeah, it kind of depends on which site you go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they always post about it on their social media.
Yeah, they do. But the venue, like, obviously I love Ferguson's, and I just think it's kind of cool the way they have it set up with all the lights and everything. It just looks pretty sweet. So I was like, okay, hey, that's something I definitely want to check out. And so they're taking it over on June 6th. Doors open at 6, and the show starts at 7. I believe it runs till 9. Tickets are $30 online at don'ttellcomedy.com, and they say it will be a night full of stand-up surprises. And this is what got me: questionable life choices. That's all I had to hear, and I was like, I'm in.
It's perfect for me then.
Exactly. Perfect for you and the rest of our CityCast Las Vegas members, or neighbors, So that was something that just stuck out to me. I love a good comedy show. It's been way too long since I've done it. And again, especially at a venue like Ferguson's, just seems like a hell of a time to me.
And I think the idea is to get there a little bit early, get some drinks, hang out, mingle, and then the show starts.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, again, taking advantage of one of my favorite spots in downtown Las Vegas there at Ferguson's. With that, though, too, I mean, we got to find some good spots to eat here as well. Vegas is one of those spots where you can go out every night of the week for years and not go to the same spot and still hit banger after banger. So, Layla, we'll start with you. Where are you going to eat this month?
Yes. So staying at home, I am picking up food from food trucks. I have a favorite food truck in the Valley called Soulful Eatery. They do great soul food. They have an amazing lemonade. Get the mystery lemonade. Whatever they're making that day is going to be amazing. Go find them in the Valley, pick it up from wherever they are, take it home and enjoy it. My one tip about that, though, if you get one of their desserts, eat it in the car. Sit there, eat it in the parking lot, eat it in the car. It's going to be best fresh. But anything else you can take home, especially if you get the catfish, you probably have your hot sauce at home. I always forget to ask them for hot sauce. So I'm picking up from Soulful Eatery. Also, the Pops food truck is near me now in Henderson. So I don't have to drive across town. Yeah. So I usually go to Pops because it's better fresh. And so when I go to Pops, I sit outside and eat it. But I'm not trying to do that in 100-degree weather. So I'm picking it up from the food truck outside Corey's Fine Wine and Spirits and bringing that home and enjoying my Pops Philly cheesesteak.
I love Corey's. That's one of those places that you can just kind of go and hang out there. I mean, it's a retail shop, but they got a lot of seats. They expanded the whole entire space not too long ago. So go outside, get your cheesesteak. I believe it's every Saturday they have the Pops food truck there. Pride of Philly cheesesteaks. And you could bring it inside, order a glass of wine or a beer, and just hang out.
Yeah, if you want to stay outside, go to Corey's Fine Wines. They have great seating in there. But yeah, every Saturday, Pops food truck is out there, and I will be there regularly.
Yeah, I've heard so much about Pops, have not tried it yet. Layla, I know you've talked about it a ton. I do like myself a good cheesesteak, so that's one of the ones I definitely have to check out here, and why not?
You have to. That's like a Vegas merit badge right there, is going to Pops and getting a cheesesteak.
One that I will earn here in June. Can't wait to check that one out. Also, too, though, Rob, like June is one of those months that's just great for food, especially because Restaurant Week is coming. And I know this is something you're zeroed in on.
I am so excited about Restaurant Week. It happens every year. It's always longer than a week, and they even usually expand it anyway a little bit. But what it is a fundraiser for 3 Square Food Bank. Tons of Vegas restaurants from the Strip to the neighborhoods, in between everything, get on board. There's so much to choose from. And each restaurant does like a tasting menu. So it's usually like a 3-course menu. Sometimes they do lunch, sometimes they do dinner, sometimes it's both. At a reasonable price, you get some of the best food. And it's a great way to try out a new restaurant and do a little good for the same time and support 3 Square. I was looking through some of these options, and there's a lot of great restaurants that are represented. A lot of them are offering really good deals on 3-course, prefix tasting menus. I think some of them actually might be a little bit more than 3 courses.
That sounds like my kind of spot.
Yeah, and there seems to be a new trend this year. I see it with Amador Cocina Fina, which is Chef Oscar's new restaurant in the old EDO space. And then I also saw Jose Andres Bazaar Mar at the Shops at Crystals on the Strip is doing this too, where they're not even giving you a choice. They're just giving you this whole kind of tasting menu experience. It's a bunch of dishes, and they have little pop-up windows that say, this isn't a choice. You're getting all of this for one price. And so I think those look like great deals. But I think my sleeper pick for Restaurant Week is a restaurant called Boom Bang Fine Food and Cocktails.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Chef Aya, she's a veteran of Top Chef and some other cooking channel shows. This is probably pound for pound my favorite Henderson restaurant. It's kind of in the Green Valley area, just off Valley Verde. And they have a $60 dinner. That's a 3-course menu, and you get a choice of corn dogs or a spinach and artichoke tart for the appetizer. That sounds like a little fluffy. It's actually not. She makes the best like gourmet corn dogs in Las Vegas. They're so good. Her tarts are amazing, whether they're the savory kind or the dessert kind. And then your second course, you get a choice of pork shank, or a king salmon, and then like a duck confit made with Mary's organic chicken. And then the third course, your dessert, is carrot cake. I love carrot cake.
Yes.
And then, or you could do another tart, a lemon meringue tart. And her food is so good. Like any of these options.
$60 though?
$60 for this.
That's crazy.
So it's a great date night. It's a very beautiful restaurant. It has a good vibe to it. So I think that's kind of my sleeper pick. A couple of other things I want to shout out for June. Okay, the Ma Museum is introducing a beer tasting experience that runs throughout summer. And I think here at CityCast Las Vegas, we love the combination of Vegas history and booze. So this is perfect. $69 a person, $49 for members, but you get a guided tour that's about 60 minutes and then includes, I believe it's 2 beer tastings, and then one larger kind of 12-ounce beer tasting to kind of hang out in the distillery. You know, it's known for producing its own moonshine down there in the underground speakeasy. That deal runs not only throughout the month of June, but I believe it goes through August as well.
Yeah, and what I love about Restaurant Week is you can go support a good cause and go to one of these pricier restaurants that you might not want to go to on a normal day because you're going to run up the bill. The two that I'm looking at are Bar Bohème, which is Chef James Tree's restaurant. They have an $80 4-course menu.
Okay.
The bavette steak and the creme brulee tart. I'm really looking forward to that. And then the other restaurant I'm looking forward to visiting is Cote Las Vegas, the Korean steakhouse. They have a $70 prefix menu, 3 courses, and they have a vanilla soft serve with a soy sauce caramel. So really looking forward to it.
We cannot keep doing these things before I've eaten breakfast. This is not fair.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's a great restaurant. It's one of those strip restaurants that's worth checking out when you can save a few bucks. And they have a great wine selection too. So if there's any option to add on some pairings, I would go for that.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds really cool. For me, I'm hitting the Sweet Tooth. Public Us, one of my favorite spots in town.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of drinking in May, or in May I did a lot of drinking. And I was like, okay, I need to lay off the booze a bit. Been going out too much. And then Public Us goes and drops a banana brownie ganache croissant. And I'm like, oh, great. Waistline's not doing hot now. And I don't think I've said this on the podcast yet, but I am a croissant fiend. Like, that is one of my things. Got to find them all around town, or anytime I travel, that's like, okay, where can I find the best croissant?
And it just goes well with coffee.
Yeah. I hear they have a really good almond croissant at Public Us too.
Literally every pastry over there, but I've seen their almond croissants and I like have to tell myself, no, normal croissant, just because I can see how much is like, injected into those almond croissants. Yeah. There's just like a bomb of calories. But this one, the banana brownie ganache croissant, looks just as insane. So I was like, okay, we'll do that. And then I'll hit the gym as well. So that's one of the ones on my list of like a must eat this month.
And you really have to do a croissant just right. Like, there's a whole art to it where you're folding in the butter. It usually takes like a couple days if you're doing it right. I mean, pastry chefs really take their croissants seriously.
Talking about pastry chefs, Jesse, if you're on a sweets kick, Las Vegas Bakery at Ferguson's downtown, so you can stop by maybe when you're going to Don't Tell Comedy. They went viral recently for their filled conchas. I might be butchering that, but
I may have seen this on Instagram.
Exactly. So if you guys are down there at Ferguson's, make sure to get in there early, though, because they do sell out of their most popular flavors. And you can also order online.
Okay, Layla with the hot tip. You love it.
Well, it sounds like Jesse's just kind of hanging in Fremont East for the entire month.
Yeah, literally every month. I don't leave my downtown bubble that much. I need to venture into Henderson more and check out some of the spots that you guys are throwing out there. Okay, guys, time for the kicker now. Let's dive into the one event that you have circled on your calendar, okay? What's one thing that folks that are listening to us, they're going to see you there at this event in town?
Yeah, so mine are kind of like a group of events around Juneteenth, which is on June 19th. It's a Friday this year. There are 3 events going on that I'm really interested in. One is from a local events planner, Juneteenth Jubilee on June 14th. It is at the Spot on Eastern. It's an event space. They're doing a Pilates day and a mocktail mixology class. There'll be some local vendors there. So it's all about like wellness and relaxation. I'm really excited for that event. So that's on June 14th.
I just got to jump in here. Layla, you went heavy on the wellness first, sandwiched it with Philly cheesesteaks back to wellness. How about that?
Exactly. My first two picks were about staying home and enjoying things from businesses that you can bring home. And this is going to be my only like weekend or week out for these Juneteenth celebrations. So I'll definitely be going to the Juneteenth Jubilee for movement and mocktails on the 14th. That's going to run you about $60. But like I said, you get a Pilates class, some mocktails, some community gathering, and there'll be some local vendors there. But the two other festivals, really quick, if I can throw out, Henderson is throwing their Juneteenth festival on June 19th on Water Street. And I just love a Water Street festival. I feel like that is real community gathering at its finest with Water Street parades and festivals. They're going together there with vendors, some performances, and art on Water Street on June 19th. And then on another festival the next day, Las Vegas throws its Juneteenth festival on the 20th. And I'm not sure if it's the first time at Symphony Park, but it's moved to Symphony Park this year from the expo at the World Market Center. And this is really cool because there's kind of two components to the Las Vegas Juneteenth festival where there'll be performances from Christopher Williams. He's a R&B legend at Myron's inside Smith Center. So that'll run you about $25, which I think is a steal. So you can see that inside the Smith Center at Myron's, and outside there'll be the free festival at Symphony Park. So they'll have live performances, some local vendors, a lot of art, some different performances. There's dance performances, there's stomp performances. There might be some singers. So outside at the free festival in Symphony Park is really fun. But if you do go inside to the Smith Center and buy tickets to the show at Myron's, that does support the Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation and the Rainbow Dreams Early Learning Academy. Those are institutions dedicated to providing scholarships and high quality education to underserved youths in the Las Vegas historic West Side community. So for a great cause.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for a great cause, and it should be a lot of fun. And the festival outside at Symphony Park is free. It's from 4 to 9 on the 20th.
And Juneteenth itself falls on a Friday this year, so it really sets up a full weekend in Las Vegas for activities, culture, and just so much to learn about and experience.
Yeah, so those will be my only times I'm going outside in June. Other than that, I'm staying inside.
Yeah. Staying and shuttering inside with the AC and the humidifiers and all the purifiers and everything. Rob, what are you really paying attention to this month?
Okay, I'm not sure why this is happening, but for some reason, June is a month that just wants to get inside my head. Wants to read my mind, explore the nuances of my brain, and figure out what I'm all about. There's actually two new
this is getting deep
comedy hypnosis shows that are debuting in Las Vegas in June. These kind of shows, they're kind of synonymous with Vegas, kind of like our buddy Evel Knievel. We kind of associate them with Vegas. Seeing a show on the strips kind of turned into something that locals are starting to dismiss more and more. They're saying it's too expensive. It's too much hassle to get down there. So I'm going to back up the strip a little bit. I'm going to say, here's an excuse to go see a couple new shows.
Fighting the good fight for the strip. Okay.
Yeah. So one of them is a guy called Steve Falcon. So he's from Myrtle Beach.
What a name.
Yeah. So he's been perfecting his craft down there. He has a really great reputation. His show is described as adult comedy, real hypnosis, total chaos. So it sounds like it's going to be like a little spicy, a little adults only humor, but a lot of fun, a little bit of the illusion element, so to speak, unless you really can get inside my mind and figure out what I'm all about. But his show debuts June 18th at the Underground, at the Underground Theater, which I believe is the old Brad Garrett comedy space. At the MGM Grand. But tickets start around $61, $62. Not bad for Vegas these days. So I've heard really good things about him. I heard it's a fun time, and he has shows running all throughout the month. So go check that out. And of course, at the MGM Grand, 3 hours of parking for locals. Go check it out. And you know what? Do a little crawl kind of thing where, you spend 3 hours or less at the show. The show doesn't go that long. But, then go to another place on the Strip and try out one of those restaurant week menus.
Yeah.
And, avoid all those parking charges that we
That's
hate.
my move, is the bounce around to save. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, funny enough, there's another show that's coming to the Fountain Blue. And the Fountain Blue, by the way, has just endless free parking for locals for the time being. Endless meaning there's no hour limit. So you can go to the Fountain Blue. There's a new act called Mind to Mind. They're a duo that are making their Las Vegas debut, and they're kind of having a limited run residency, not at the theater, but at Azul, which is a tequila bar. And if you're going to combine entertainment with tequila, I'm in.
Yeah.
So this debuts
Caught my attention there.
June 4th. There's even like a prefix dinner menu nearby at Washing Potato, which is a great kind of like dim sum place. And so go check that out. Check out the show, have some tequila, and I think you're going to have a good time without paying for parking. How about that on the Strip?
Yeah. Get drunk, get hypnotized. What could go wrong? I don't know. But it sounds like fun.
And to be honest, I don't know if people really want to get inside my twisted mind. But it could happen in June.
I mean, if I'm going to get hypnotized, at least throw some comedy in there. So
yeah. Now, you guys know, and because I have said it so many times, folks are probably getting tired of hearing about it. I love mid-century modern homes and architecture and all that stuff.
Another thing associated with Vegas that we didn't come up with.
Yeah, also true. But we steal the best things from everybody. That's kind of our culture, right? And so this month, I've got circled the Sunset Sip and Stroll through McNeil Estates with the Nevada Preservation Foundation on Thursday, June 28th at 6:30 p.m. It only costs $25, and you're kind of cruising along. It's just like a BYOB kind of hangout, essentially, where you're walking through McNeil Estates, and you're going to learn the history of like this revitalized vintage Vegas neighborhood, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods in like the general downtown area. And if you're not familiar with McNeil Estates, it is like one of the luscious like green neighborhoods. Every lawn is seemingly green. Don't tell that to the SNWA, but they do a great job of keeping that area green, which I think is cool. It's very unique over there.
It's the new neighborhoods that get punished with the new restrictions.
Exactly. Yeah. They got the vintage to be able to kind of lean on with that one. But the whole thing kind of popped up because developer Larry McNeil transformed it into a thriving community in the 50s. And on this stroll, you're actually going to uncover the stories of its fascinating residents. There's a lot of doctors and things like that lived out there, due to their proximity to the hospitals and everything. But one very interesting tease that they threw in there is one of the residents was a mysterious hitman. That caught my attention. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, exactly.
This is getting even more Vegas by the second.
Big time. So that alone would have had me sold to check it out. And then again, you get to cruise around, check out the cool architecture and stuff down there. So if you want some more info on it, go to nevadapreservation.org. Again, that's on June 25th. $25, and you're cruising on a nice June evening through McNeil Estates.
That organization does such a great job just promoting our local history, preserving and protecting these homes and other pieces of architecture in Las Vegas. So I'm going to back you up on Jesse. That's a great pick.
Yeah, they really know their stuff over there. If you have any questions about history in Las Vegas and architecture history, if you want to know more about these neighborhoods, they're going to know.
No, most definitely. That's one of my like I said, you guys know I love, the downtown neighborhoods and just the mid-century modern homes and everything. So definitely check them out for more info on that. And like I said, you'll see me there for that event. In the meantime, Rob, Layla, we've got to really mark off our calendars. This is going to be a busy month for us. Layla, you're going to be cooped up at home, but it sounds like you're still going to be having fun. So thank you guys for all of this today.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse. It's going to be a great month.
That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our free morning newsletter too. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Las Vegas neighbor at membership.citycast.fm/Las Vegas. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Until then, though, take care.